I'm going to start off by saying this is a video for my future self. I just want to kind of remind myself that why I do what I do on the daily. Why do I get excited every day that I wake up for the things that I do, whether that's taking a walk, whether that's enjoying the sun, whether that's going to work. I don't know. I enjoy work sometimes, but the fact of the matter is, I wanted to remind myself, like, why am I doing what I do? Why am I in cybersecurity? Why am I making videos? Why am I writing posts? Why do I reach out to people? Why do I try to get the community involved? Why do I do all this stuff, right? And the reason I do it is because it's always been my dream. It's always been my I've always had a enjoyment out of helping people, and it sounds cliche, but that's pretty much why I wanted to become a doctor. If you guys know, I came from pre-med to cybersecurity, and the whole reason I wanted to become a doctor was so then I can treat people so they don't have to go through what I went through in the refugee camps, right? So if I can treat people like well, or I can show people, hey, like I've also come from this background, and to show them like, oh look, I'm also like a doctor now, right? You can also be a doctor if you want, right? And it's just not about being a doctor. It's not just about reaching a level of success in terms of career. That is like, I guess, the dream, right? The dream is making sure that people that don't have the same opportunity, that look like you, that sound like you, that essentially come from the same background as you, right, can see an example of somebody like them in that position that they want to be in. So when I made the move to cybersecurity, it wasn't about necessarily like, oh, my whole dream was to become a cybersecurity professional, right? Even in my writing, if you guys read it, it's about treating people. It's all about at least in medicine, it was all about treating people and kind of showing them that, hey, you can do it too if you want, right? And that inspiration, it can go for whatever career that person may want to pursue. A doctor coming in from their background can give them that inspiration, that light, that confidence to be able to say, hey, that person is literally, he speaks the same language as me, same language as me. He looks like me. He talks like me. And I can be whatever it is that I want to be too, because he was able to do it. And not only the inspiration from like an image perspective, but because we're involved in the community, whether we're making videos speaking in our language, whether we're constantly creating content for other people to consume, whether we're at events kind of speaking about cybersecurity, speaking about our role, speaking about what we did, how we got to the place that we got into, and kind of like being that source or that outlet for people that don't necessarily have an outlet. And it's fair to say that we live in an unfair world to where people don't have equal opportunities. It's not like the world is not a pure meritocracy. I think everybody knows that. And I'm not here to say that it's a pure meritocracy. Absolutely not. I have advantages, or I had advantages to get to where I'm at. And I have advantages, you have advantages. Everybody has some sort of advantage that they can use to get to potentially the next level, right? And again, we're not talking about just career, right? So it's not about, being a 10x engineer. It's not about having the prestige of an engineer or from a, large tech company or whatever it may be, or being a neurosurgeon at, I don't know, Honor Health, for example, right? That's just, I'm not sponsored by Honor Health, but it's just an example. But the reminder to myself is that the dream is still it's still alive. That's pretty much why you're always excited. Don't let the flame die. Do not let the flame die. Continue to be surrounded by good people. Continue to have this passion of whatever it is that you do, to have the passion to continue going, right? I think surrounding yourself by people that have the same dream as you, just like how you did in college. We all had the same dream. I still have it in the Google Doc. If I can open it, I'll show you guys, but I won't share the intimacy of me and my friends. But like they also are still pursuing the dream, and I don't think this is a dream that will ever end, in a sense that it's a thing that we're forever going to work on, that we're never really going to accomplish, like to say like, oh, now we're finished, we can lay back and put our hands behind our back of the head. But it's a ongoing dream. So I think that's kind of like correlates to cybersecurity, where you consistently get better. And I think that's what we're doing. And yeah, like, keep the dream alive. And yeah, that's all I have. It's a video for my future self, to not forget about the dream, to always surround yourself by good folks, to try your best, continue having fun, continue just doing things, right? But yeah, that's pretty much all.